Well, Anthony Richardson is fielding questions on if he's injury prone. Anthony Richardson is doubtful for the game on Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that leaves Joe Flacco to probably take the starting role for the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson has a oblique injury. Not 100% sure what that is. I think it's something in his hip, back area. He was very limited in practice this week. He didn't take much, if any, reps. I don't think he took any reps, maybe individual drills, individual workouts. This is pretty concerning. I'm not going to lie. You want to talk about the quote that Anthony Richardson said when he was asked if he was injury prone. I'll kind of sum it up. He said something like, why don't you come out here, get hit 20 times a game, and tell me how you feel. That's fine and all, okay? I'm not saying I disagree because I'm not going to be the guy to be able to handle 20 hits every day, every Sunday, whatever. I understand, okay? But in terms of the NFL, in terms of the standard of quarterbacks in the NFL, I understand that quarterbacks get hurt. They get banged up. The way that Anthony Richardson plays, he gets banged up. He's going to get banged up. But you gotta be able to run an efficient offense with Anthony Richardson and keep him healthy because your best ability is availability. Now, the stat is he's started 8 games and only finished 4 of them. Gardner Minshew and Joe Flacco have played more than him in the Colts uniform. Not Joe Flacco, not yet. I don't think that this injury will keep him out for the entire year. I am very concerned with it. Not necessarily this injury, but just him in general. He seems to just have bumps and bruises that, and more injuries as his career goes on. Concussion, a shoulder injury, and now oblique injury. And an ankle injury, a knee injury. I think he had a thigh or something. Man, it's just piling up and piling up and piling up, and he's not able to play enough in order to progress, in order to get those reps he needs. A lot of people who I know in my personal life give me a lot of shit because they don't think that Anthony Richardson's very good. They're like, oh, Joe Flacco is better than Anthony Richardson. Gardner Minshew's better than Anthony Richardson. These are things that they say. Oh, when's Joe Flacco going to start? And I legitimately don't know I say this. Anthony Richardson is not going to be benched due to lack of talent. He is going to be benched due to injury. Anthony Richardson has got one of the longest leashes in the NFL in any position. They're going to let him run loose, let him do his thing. But the only time he's going to get benched is or miss time is because of an injury. Yeah, Flacco is a better option right now in order to win football games. I think Flacco's a better passer of the football. I think Flacco's a better football-minded quarterback. Like, he's smarter. He knows the game. He's been in the league for 15 plus years. He is a Super Bowl MVP. He is an elite quarterback. He can still sling it. But you're missing the dynamic of the dual threat nature of Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's got to play in order to progress like we want him to, in order for him to come into the role that we think he can come into, because we think and we hope that he's not as good as what he will be in the future. But if he doesn't play, because he's injured all the time, he's not going to progress. And we're only in his second season, and we're only 5 games into his second season, and we're already talking about injury concerns. And I don't want to push the panic button, okay, with Anthony Richardson, because I don't really have any hope. I'm not pushing the panic button because I wanted him to string 3, 4, 5 games in a row together, like play. He hasn't done that. He played 4 games in a row and got banged up in the 4th game. He hasn't strung together like a full slate where you could really judge him on. And who knows how much time he's going to miss, okay? No idea how much time he's going to miss. And I have no idea about the oblique injury. I really have no idea. I wish I could get on here and say, oh, he'll be back in 2 to 3 weeks. There's been no, because he's day to day. So there's really no telling how long he's out. He'll miss this game, more than likely. He's doubtful. I know he's not ruled out. He's doubtful. He'll miss this game against the Jaguars. I'll get into that, breaking down that game later on. Joe Flacco, this was probably one of the better moves for Chris Ballard and company, is bringing a good backup quarterback in, and because you knew that Anthony Richardson was eventually going to miss time. I was hoping that he wasn't. I was hoping that all these injuries were behind him, but that's just the nature of the game, and unfortunately, it seems to be the nature of Anthony Richardson. He doesn't want to be called injury prone. Okay, fine. Then you can't sustain all these injuries, and they aren't just like big, massive hits by guys who are 100 pounds bigger than him. You don't forget, Anthony Richardson is a massive dude, and he's not getting hit by 350-pound defensive linemen and linebackers. No, he's getting hit by 140-pound safeties and 140-pound corners. Not that these guys can't hit, but they aren't laying the boom on like some of these linebackers and some of these D linemen. And imagine so. And also, I want to bring Andrew Luck into this. Andrew Luck played 50-plus games before he missed his first game. And his first injury came from a defensive lineman who was 300-plus pounds. I mean, it kind of landed on him. Like, Anthony Richardson, to me, doesn't seem durable. And that's not good with the way he plays. I don't want to give up on him. And it's so early. That's the thing. It's so early in his career. He's so young. He's so raw. He's got so much potential. But you know what they say about potential? It just means you haven't done it yet. You got to stay on the field. Okay, this is very concerning going forward for Anthony Richardson. I don't want to have to go back into the draft and get another quarterback. I don't want to have to play the quarterback carousel that the Colts fans have been dealing with since Andrew Luck retired, with Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan. Just the list goes on and on. Like, we've been in quarterback hell ever since Andrew Luck retired. And we finally think we got a guy, and he can't stay on the field. And it's frustrating. It is absolutely frustrating. Now, I have a lot of hope in Joe Flacco. I believe in Joe Flacco. I wore the 15 jersey. This is not a Joe Flacco jersey. Let me be clear. This is the big dog jersey. But 15 is my favorite number. Joe Flacco happened to get number 15. I'm going to wear it in support of Joe Flacco, the potential starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. That's all I got. I'll probably come back with some more updates as it progresses, but as of now, he's doubtful for Sunday's game against the Jags. That's it. That's all I got. I'm the big dog named Austin. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share this video, give me a like. Go Colts.